to another episode of Ghetto Geek Squad presents Electric Boogaloo and Crew. I'm Lou, the host, and here's the crew. We got a special guest today. First, let's say hi to our normal people. Jay, say what's up.
Hi, I'm glad I'm normal. A normal person.
Next up, we got Chops.
Oh, what's up, party people? How
I've
y'all
been
doing
around since
today?
the beginning.
Well,
And our special guest today, man, the man of Turnbuckle Throwbacks, one of the greatest wrestling podcasts.
I think you're
Lou.
muted.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Hey,
there we
guys.
go.
Sorry.
Stand by.
No problem, man. What's going on,
First
Phil?
technical difficulty.
What's going on, boys? Yeah, technology fails me. 8 years in
That's
doing
all
this.
8 years? Jeez.
Yeah, it always fails me. So I can't have nice things.
Oh, I see. That's why you're always running a test before the turnbuckle.
Correct. Correct, sir.
Oh, okay.
Serious.
Yeah, me and Phil go back. We did Star Wars retrospective podcast where we went through the Star Wars movies, and we actually just finished we just did the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, we're almost done, man. We got a few more to go.
Besides that, we also had the Ghetto Geek Squad podcast, which is where we just talk about everything, just everything geek, I guess.
Everything geek.
Comic books, cartoons, movies.
You name it.
Yeah. So now we're here doing an 80s podcast. Now I'm excited to have you here, Phil.
Thank you for having me.
It's all branching
Thank
off
you for
now. The
joining.
tree is growing, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
have like more and more people come in, like every week a different person come in or whatever, and try to just switch things around or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's get right into the movie. Before, real quick, I want to talk about the Zoom thing. There's a horror movie on Shudder called Host. It's only like an hour long. It's actually because the movie takes place in a free Zoom meeting, so it has the timer or whatever. That, after an hour it shuts off.
Yeah.
And it's a horror movie, and it was fucking good, man. Holy shit! Like they do a seance, and like fucking demons and shit starts happening behind them and shit like that. I was at work watching it. I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of scared. It was pretty cool. If you can check it out, it's called Host.
That's funny. You gotta like beat the free Zoom.
Yeah, because when the last person dies, it says your Zoom session is ended.
It's like, if you just paid for it, you would have lived.
Yeah, exactly.
You would have had more time.
Damn
All right.
you.
So today's movie is one of my favorites, and this is the Criterion edition that Jay bought me for Christmas. Time Bandits,
Whoa.
1981.
Yeah.
Saw that in the movie
Favorite
theaters.
growing up.
Hell yeah, we saw this so many times.
Oh, so many times.
I saw it in the movies. Pops took me to go see that in the theater at the Fox Theater, man, on Highland Boulevard. Like it was closed. I think the last movie we saw there was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and then they changed it to like a Sizzler, and then it turned into an OTB.
Oh, damn.
Now it's not even there. And I think the CVS was.
No, it's a CVS now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Highland
But I don't even
Boulevard.
think that's the same building. I think they just crushed the building or whatever. What about you, Phil? You get to see that in the theater?
No, I saw it on WHT. It was
Yes.
Lamecca Home Theater.
What?
Oh yeah, back then.
Cable that we had
Wow.
in Queens and Brooklyn. It came out in 81, I think. So I saw it in, I want to say, 82, 83, right
Yeah.
before Scarface came out. So it had to be between 81 and 83. I saw it.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
yeah. Usually it took about like a year and a half to 2 years for the movies to come out on cable or whatever back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I saw it. I don't remember that thing at all. I'm telling you, once again, the 80s fucking movies kicked me in the balls. I fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it
This
is.
movie is one of my favorites. I haven't seen it.
So
ages.
Monty Python. And
You know what? And
Show-
I didn't even
show
know
Monty
it
Python.
was Monty Python. I started to look. I was like, what? Turns
Yeah,
out-
well-
I was like,
well,
my
Michael
goodness.
Michael Palin, he wrote it from Fish Called Wanda and all those other
Yeah.
from Monty Python. And then Terry and Gilliam, who did Brazil, Brothers Grimm, Life of Brian. He directed it and everything. And what was the other one? The Monkeys, 12 Monkeys. That was one of the
Monkeys.
other ones. Yeah, he did that one too. He's got a weird style, and he loves plastic for some reason. As you see in this
Plastic?
movie too. Plastic coverings.
Oh, yeah. I had something to say about that one. Somebody's house.
So he was waiting to do Brazil when he wanted to do this movie, and he couldn't get the funding. And George Harrison from the Beatles had created a production company, and he helped get money to finish off Life of Brian.
He actually created the company with some of the members of Monty Python.
Yes. Yeah, because of Life of Brian.
Yeah.
So he was waiting to do Brazil, which I don't think is that great of a movie. People swear by it. I've seen it 3 times and all in different film schools or classes, and I just don't get it. It just doesn't appeal to me. But yeah, so he was waiting to do that movie, and then no studio wanted to pick up this movie or nothing like that. So they decided, all right, we're gonna pick it up and we're gonna do it. And you get a fucking hell of a cast, man. I mean, you get fucking the little people. We got to try to refrain from saying midgets, right, Phil?
You could try.
Phil, we had a little incident in the gas station. Remember that one?
No.
Go ahead, tell it, Phil.
So we're on our way to a concert at PNC, and we stopped for fuel. And Luke, when you're pulling off the highway on the Garden State Parkway, if anybody local in New Jersey, so you're pulling in, and if you come in and there's cars to the left, you got to go just pull to the right. And normally there's an attendant there flagging some of the guys in, just so this way nobody kills each other, because you come right off the parkway, whatever it is, and we didn't see anybody. So the gas attendant was under 4 feet tall, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We almost killed you." And then I had my arm out the window, and I had a Hulk Hogan phone case as a gag gift on my phone. And he saw the case, and we started talking about wrestling and music, and this is all while we're fueling, by the way. So then I posted on Facebook that we almost killed a midget. And
Facebook.
Well, apparently, I guess my ex, one of her fucking uppity friends, saw it. I have a sister who's a dwarf, and you shouldn't have did that. And I was like, did what? He was cool as shit.
Yeah. Like, no, I said I almost hit him.
I almost hit him, you dish rag. Yeah. But apparently this guy's like a legend, because every time I bring the story up, someone knows him. So it's so that dude must be good for him, man. I ain't knocking his hustle.
Yeah. No,
Don't kill him. Just don't kill him, Little people are people too.
So dwarf the actual right way to say it? Is that the right
the
term?
PC way? Yeah, I guess dwarf or like little people, because Discovery Channel says little people. I guess.
Yeah, let's stick with that one.
I love the Christopher Titus did a stand-up special, and he was talking about for his show. He was like, "Yeah, I want to have a couple of midgets on there," and it was like, "What are you, crazy? You can't say that word. You can't say that word." He's like, "What?" He said, "You said midgets." He's like, "What's the big deal?" He's like, "Oh, that's like calling a black person the N-word." He goes, "No, it ain't." No. He says, he goes, "Listen, man, if you do that, you're gonna have about 100 freaking little people marching outside protesting outside the building." He's like, "Will I?" Like, that's gonna be awesome. All right, so
and actually, the idea came for the movie to use little people, because he wanted to make a story from a kid's eye view.
A kid's
but
perspective.
a child couldn't carry the movie alone, so
And here's something funny about him, because I listened to the commentary.
Drown him out.
He hates kids and he hates kids movies, which is really fucking funny.
It's odd. I mean, we're all around the same age, so I feel like we're from a different generation, and obviously what we find funny is no longer funny, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But this was perfectly done, I feel like, for its time.
Oh, definitely.
And one thing he did, he wanted to, like he said when he did the screenings and everything, he wanted to piss the parents off and have the kids love him. Especially the ending. The kids loved the ending with the "Don't touch it, it's evil." They loved it.
Blowing up the parents.
The kids loved it. Don't spoil it yet, man.
Well, you're the one who brought it up.
Well, I said we don't touch it, it's evil. Use your imagination.
Well, I'm sorry, but anybody listening to this,
Jay, don't start again. Don't start that shit again.
All right, well, let's go.
But yeah, so the adults though, they were like, "Oh, I'm worried about this movie. I don't want to do this. I don't know if this movie is right for my kids or whatever." He said nowadays that movie would never be made, because forget it, everybody would be up in arms about it.
Oh yeah.
What would be
with the softies?
I don't see anything offensive.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess we'll find out as we go through it.
As we go through it.
I'll on WHT, it did get a PG rating, so.
It was PG, yeah. It was before PG-13, so.
Yeah.
I think PG-13 was 84 or 85.
Yeah,
Something
but
like
there
that.
wasn't even like cursing or anything or nudity or anything like that. Why would it be PG-13?
It's pretty violent.
It
It's
is.
Just about.
scary.
I mean, I get well, not to today's standards. I mean,
That's not a Disney film. I'm just gonna say that.
well, maybe that's why because Disney was supposed to pick it up, but another company did.
And he mentions that too. He says, "Thank
Yeah.
God," because he would have never been able to do half the stuff he did in this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the other reason too that there's only 6 dwarves instead of 7 because Disney.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So you got what happened?
No, he left.
Oh.
That's what that was.
Yeah, Randall, the leader. He's played by David Rappaport.
hmm
He tragically
Is
killed
he-
himself.
Is he related to Michael Rappaport?
No.
Oh.
He killed himself in the
Oh,
early
damn,
80s.
sorry.
He was on that show, The Wizard. Do you remember that one, Phil?
Yes.
Yes.
You remember that show?
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to
yeah.
love that show. You remember that, right? With the inventor. He was the inventor and all that stuff like
yeah,
that.
I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Yo, you can make so much cool stuff.
You have the famous fucking Kenny Baker, man. How awesome is he in this movie?
Yeah. C-3PO.
R2D2.
R2D2. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry,
He's
Blake.
Fidget. He's Fidget. I love Fidget. He's just
Fidget.
great.
And actually, all
Man.
the other little people in the movie wound up actually being in Empire's. No, I'm sorry, Return of the
Return of
Jedi.
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Awesome. So,
Yes, so did Wally, Jack Purvis.
yes.
Actually, him and Fidget had a stage show together.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was on HBO when we were younger. I saw it. I don't remember liking the humor, but I remember it was like I think it was more of adult. But
Yeah.
who else was there? Malcolm Dixon plays Strutter, the smart guy. Mike Edmonds is Og, the big guy. Tiny Ross is Vermin. He was another one too. He was part of a 5-man harmonica thing, and he was like everybody was a different size, and he was the last guy.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Kevin was played by Kevin Warnock, which was cool on the commentary. He actually, as an adult, he commentates and he remembers like everything.
Oh, really?
So that was really cool. Yeah.
And actually, each one of those characters were written to reflect a
Yes.
personality of Monty Python.
Yeah.
You know?
Good. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't you
The
know.
biggest one was Randall, with
Oh,
John
with,
Cleese.
John Cleese, yeah,
Yeah.
and because he was always bossing everybody around. And
Yeah,
we'll get to it later
self-proclaimed
on.
Leader.
all right, so chapter 1, fun for the whole family. We show Kevin's family, man, watching
Yes.
TV, this crazy
What
ass
a
game
great
show.
family act,
And
man.
they,
Yeah.
they
Everything
show how
rocking.
much he's neglected.
Yeah, they don't care about him. He's sitting there reading a book while they're watching TV.
Yeah, and
Got like a
mentioned
Harry.
good
Got like a
stuff.
Harry Potter feel to it. no?
Yes, yes.
Totally.
When they got the furniture into that, when they ordered the furniture, it came on the plastic coverings, and then they were about to take it off, and Terry Gilliam's like, no, leave it. That's perfect. It's perfect. Because everything about that whole family is materialism.
Yeah,
You know, even
yeah.
told with the ending,
Totally.
everything's about.
Yeah, oh, get the toaster.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can see that kitchen. It's a mess. You see that kitchen setup? It's a death trap.
Well, you're a cook. I didn't notice that.
Well, but they also did, like, they talked about some contraption that was like an ice
Yeah.
cube. The food was an ice cube, and then you put it in there for 60 seconds, and then it's freaking
Yeah.
it's a meal. It's like, it's
oh,
like
on the
everybody-
TV.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you get that crazy game show.
Game show?
Right? Was that the end?
Money-
Or was that
Yeah. No, they're
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah, the Money All Your Life.
From
Money of your
um,
life, yeah.
I can't remember this guy's
Yes,
name.
I didn't realize that was him until
From
the
Harry
credits.
Potter. Yeah, he was the teacher, the professor.
That's a crazy game show, huh?
Like
The
the
guys-
Money All Your Life. Yeah, you
the
see
guys
them like
hanging in-
tipping some guy in a like in a cast. His legs all in a
Yeah.
cast. They're like,
You can tell he played like 4 times. Broke his leg already.
So then the second chapter is named Magic Wardrobe.
Okay.
That's when he what's it called? You see the horse jump out of the wardrobe, at the night and everything like
The
that.
night,
It actually
yeah,
took
yeah.
him like a couple of weeks to train the horse to jump out of a wardrobe.
Yeah.
Really?
They had lots of problems
Yeah.
with the horses because there was always a closed amount of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I've never noticed this before until I saw it, but everything in his room is foreshadowing what's going to come.
It's in the movie. I was gonna
Yeah.
mention
Yes.
that.
So-
Like I started looking around. I even like the stage for the Napoleon scene.
Yes.
That's even a toy. That
And even when he's in the kitchen reading a book, he's reading about King Agamemnon. I can only
Yeah.
say her name.
And the Greek
King
mythology.
Amenophis.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Yeah,
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon. There you go.
No, you still didn't get it right.
I'm a
You're like,
kid.
I feel like you're like Ash and you know, on
Yeah.
the darkness, like. I basically said it.
It brings forth like a whole new like way I looked at the movie now, noticing that was like, oh shit, this is really about a kid's imagination.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, it's about everything in this movie is it's about being a kid, and it truly is. So yeah, so the bandits come through now.
The directing was done from low angle.
Yes, from low angle. Yep.
A child's perspective of the entire.
And you know, it's very noticeable. Once I read that, because I watched it twice. I watched it with the commentary and then watched the regular.
Yeah.
I noticed so much shit. The commentary was great.
I gotta see that. I want to get that copy.
Yeah, I'll lend it to you. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not as many special features as I wanted, but the commentary was worth it. And the commentary was made from the Laserdisc. So they were talking about like, yeah. So a lot of people were talking about. So it's like it's not even like people sitting in a room talking, whatever. It's very like cut. Like it was like this person, nobody was there at the same time or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But you get the whole Monty Python on there too, which is great. So the bandits come through the closet now. We meet the bandits.
Yeah.
The bandits.
Yeah, he's prepared now. He's like, you know what? He got his camera, his flashlight. He's ready
His
to go.
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
And
got
got
a
the torch.
Polaroid.
He's got
Hey
a torch
man,
too.
that's still around, man. They brought it back.
I saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bella's got
Now
it.
it's just computerized. It's like,
The
you
pictures
know,
are real small now.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
not
I
even
saw that too.
big.
Yeah, yeah. And the Supreme Being comes, brings
why-
back the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that got me at this time was why he comes out of the freaking the closet and he had the M16 and he jumps out and he's like, oh my god, they're like run for it. There's nowhere to run. Go into the room.
It's cool too.
Right.
Speaking about that, as the costume designer was talking about how they like if you look at the costumes, everything is a mixture of everything. Terry Gilliam loves mixing everything together and making something new. And that's what he did with their costumes. If you look, there's little things, like things that they don't even know, like Fidget's wearing a fucking colander on his head as a helmet.
Just about to say that. With a candle in it.
So,
That's some good stuff right there.
and you see a mixture of like all kinds of different time periods or whatever. Like they just took whatever they wanted or whatever. The head was on a plywood. They actually had a freaking head, and it was on a plywood, and they were running the head down the hallway.
For the god.
Yeah, and then they put the cartoon over it afterwards.
Yeah, they said the actor really took it serious, like
Oh,
playing
he's
God, like he
he,
kept changing the script. Like, no, God wouldn't say something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He was actually, he made sure that he controlled the script, and he actually interviewed the director. He made him come to his house, and was like asking him all kinds of questions about the movie. Well, no, I don't like that. Let's change that. And Terry Gilliam was at his mercy, where it was like, this guy's a fucking one of the, renowned. He's a sir. He was knighted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's like a big, Ralph Richardson.
Sir Ralph Richardson,
Sir
my
Ralph
man.
Richardson. So they fall. They get through the through the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, they push the wall open and they.
Yep.
And you hear Randall when he's counting, he's like, all right, you ready? 1. And then everybody starts moving.
Yeah.
Who goes on 1? Who goes on 1? And then, 3. 3. Everybody starts moving again.
That was great. So those are dolls that were falling. If you notice it too, they actually showed on the making of. They showed how they created the dolls or whatever, and they use them for a couple of scenes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and they landed to the barn. The Battle of Castiglione.
Yeah,
Italy.
With Anne Holmes.
Napoleon?
Anne Holmes.
Right?
Yep,
What,
Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon.
Oh, Ian Holmes. Oh, okay.
Ian Holmes, I'm sorry.
Anne, I was like, that's
Sorry, it's my Staten Island accent. We don't pronounce our E's and our R's.
In our Uriz. I'm over here now.
I was over there, but I'm over here now.
See how quick I was?
Forget about it.
That was one of the lines too that we always use, Jay. All clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason always,
Yeah.
all clear.
Yeah, man.
So now you start introducing all the character names.
Yes.
Right, we went through the character names at the beginning.
Oh,
Yep.
What did you say, John?
Wally?
There's
Honestly,
Wally,
nothing.
Vermin, Og,
Strutter, Fidget.
Shudder, Fidget,
Fidget,
and his one.
and
Vermin.
Kevin,
Vermin. Yep. He's the one
and
who eats everything.
Dirty Kevin.
Vermin's the dirty guy, right?
Yeah, he eats everything. That guy's name was Tiny Ross. They said he lived in a little island on Wales, off of Wales or something like that. And there was only one phone in the whole town. So he would
Wow.
have to walk with a box all the way to the payphone.
Oh, damn.
Get on there and then talk to the director or whatever when he's
Now
in there.
Wales is like the countryside of England, right?
Yeah, it's like
It's like the Westchester of England, like it's classy up there.
Westchester. Westchester.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Word. Damn. So Vermin eats everything, doesn't he?
Yeah. There's even a part later on where he's like eating the treasure or whatever, and they're like, "You can't eat that." He was like, "Did you try it?"
I just like how they realize that they can use the map to rob shit. It's like, all right, wait a minute, we can
Oh,
use the map to rob stuff. Like, whoa, like I was more excited for them than they were for themselves. I think. When I thought,
And he said too, he goes, they're deplorable characters. They're all like really nasty people, but because they're small and they got these cool outfits, you catch to
And
them.
they're hanging out with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, so they're being good for the kid. They're looking out for him, you know?
yeah,
They
small
really-
people are
feed 'em.
people too. Damn it, small lives matter. Come on, man.
They invite him to do that. They're like, why don't you be part of our crew? you know?
Yeah. First of all, Fidget does, because Fidget's the nice one.
Yeah,
He's the only good
Yeah.
one.
True.
What do they say? All the buildings in the background when you see the people walking toward that was all cardboard cutouts.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive.
Yeah, for 1981.
The special effects, man, I was surprised about learning about a lot of the stuff that they did in here.
Yeah, the scenery.
It's
and
so
everything.
minimal, but it's so minimal. He was like, it's all camera tricks. Everything
That's
is camera
crazy.
tricks. Yeah, everything. And when we get to the
I was thinking, I was like, wow, they must have really put money into this. I know it was like a $5
$5
million
million,
budget.
$5 million, yeah, $5
But
million.
I figured,
$5 million, wow.
$5 million went a lot further in the 80s.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, there's a lot of like sets and stuff like that. But,
His biggest thing is because he has great imagination. So if you have an imagination,
Did he happen to do Barry Munchausen?
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely.
Definitely can see
that,
the styles.
Yeah,
Yep.
the style. In it.
Um,
Another movie I love, but
you haven't seen that one in a while.
yeah.
All the big directors will always tell you sometimes you need a lower budget, so this way you can use your imagination more, and your movie comes out 10 times better. And this is one of those pure examples where the movie is so much littler than it actually appears.
And it's all over the place too.
Littler.
Littler.
Then
Then it appears. It looks huge. The movie. It looks like a blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
So there's another one of my favorite lines. Who's the leader of our gang?
We agreed there is no leader.
Right. So shut up and do as I say.
I love that shit.
That's
That's another thing that we used to say all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time.
all the time, man. We do it to the day.
So what was he talking about? We're international criminals. We do robberies.
Robberies.
Robberies. We do robberies.
Man,
No, that's what I said. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
my daughter would bother me all day because I kept talking in the accent all freaking day. And I couldn't get it out of my head. And she's like, Daddy, why are you talking like that? So I don't know. I can't help it. All day I was doing this shit.
See, it was this time called the 90s, and Daddy did a lot of drugs.
No,
so from time to time, this might happen.
So we get to the castle.
Yes.
Ah,
Where they're trying to entertain Napoleon Bonaparte, but he only likes little things.
you like little people. I like the little people.
that's
All right,
right.
I have a
Because
question.
apparently he got shot. The other guy.
I have a question. Now Kevin's got the Polaroid, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, film's expensive, and he's documenting that. How much film does this kid have in the bag?
As much film as people
'Cause
have bullets in
I-
those action games.
Exactly. Like I'm thinking about
Movies,
I
digital,
remember my parents my parents as a kid scraping money to get like the flash and the
Yeah,
like,
you
it
get a
was-
flash. Yes,
when
you're
we
right.
were
Yeah.
kids, having a Polaroid was like if you fuck up your picture, you're done. It's a wrap. You get
You got
beat up.
12 shots. You
Yeah.
gotta use them
Yeah,
well.
Was,
yeah.
was
And
that how
use
many
them
was?
well.
How many shots was
Yeah.
it per?
It was like 12
It
or
was like
24.
six. Yeah, but like
Oh my God.
they cost like a half a
I
month's
remember them. They
rent.
wle like huge cartridges. They were like
Right?
Yeah,
Jay,
yeah.
am I bugging out? No,
Yeah,
they were
man.
stupid expensive back in the
Yeah.
day, man.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, where'd this kid? I mean, I know they were gadget junkies and all, but
You know, but
I
I mean,
guess,
think about it. You had to
That-
buy the the 110 film and then get it developed.
yeah,
So, at the end of the day, with all the
Wow,
the
110.
time you wasted,
yeah, man. It's a
It's like-
hustle. It's a
yeah.
hustle.
Yeah. Jeez, man. I forgot all about how freaking
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
They
you
were,
rarely use the Polaroid. You always use the 110.
Yeah, you weren't
to
allowed
the,
to use a Polaroid unless you,
to the
you
hut.
know, let's see,
Like,
unless they saved for it. You know, they kept it in the closet. They kept it in the closet under the bed. You know.
Yeah, it's like when you saw a family member take a Polaroid of you, say, "Oh wow, you must got money."
Wow, you must
Yeah.
got money.
Shoot.
That's funny.
It's like Jason was saying about the little people. Though, it's so funny. So when the oh man, look, there's another scene that we love to. They start singing "Me and My Shadows." Yeah. The way they choreographed that is fucking just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They start all smacking each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because at first he's looking at it like, "What the fuck?" Because they're just singing or whatever, and then they start
Yeah.
fucking doing.
He's like, I'm not giving the little people, they hit each other. Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. And it's funny too, because Ian Holmes was he was like 47 and he was playing like
I
a
can't
20
believe that shit.
That's what I said.
He's
I was
that
like,
old?
I was like, he's like 47 in freaking Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. That's what me and Phil had an argument at during one of the Star Wars retrospectives when he was like, "Yeah, Harrison Ford was 30 something, right? What was he 30?
He was in his 30s.
He was in his
at that
30s,
point.
and I'm like, that's bullshit, man. There's no way he was that old at that time. But he
I
was.
didn't believe
So,
that
yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, that dude was like Dick Clark. He never aged.
You're right
It
about
was
that.
CGI.
Yeah, he was like a freaking. He was like one of them zombies. The Stepford Wives.
So now we get them Robin.
Well, no. So what you would call? First of all,
The
promote them.
Admiral,
They promote them because he laughs because he doesn't laugh until he starts laughing. So they make him laugh. He fucking demotes
he
all of his
promotes
generals.
everybody.
Yeah, and
yeah.
he makes them all generals and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he's
They
sitting there.
their clothes and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. And they're standing outside freezing and shit.
Twin Bono.
Which, like, did you see how tall those people were? Like, how the fuck
Yeah.
did those clothes fucking fit those little guys?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you see, they're all like kind of draped over, like oversized on them.
Yeah, one of the generals, he goes, sir, we've been waiting for 8 hours. When are you going to give us the answer? And he goes, shut up. Leave me alone. Don't stand next to me. You know I don't like that. That makes me feel smarter.
So I like the scene that Ian Holmes is what you call Napoleon is going through every
Yeah.
general in history on their size. It's like
Yes.
Yeah.
Alexander the Great was only 5'6", and he took over whatever. He was that scene was actually a lot longer,
Mhm.
and Terry Gilliam, the director, kept fucking busting out laughing that the director of photography kicked him out. And he said, "I'm gladly gonna go." I was like, "Okay, I can't take it," because he was just like this guy was such a serious actor, and to see him acting like overacting this
Yeah, yeah.
Napoleon thing, and that was the biggest thing too. He wanted everybody to kind of overact a little bit. He didn't want
Right.
anybody to be serious, and that was
Yeah.
David Rappaport. One of his faults, where David Rappaport thought that he was hired because he was a great actor,
Yeah, not because of his size and
not
stuff.
because of his size and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which-
and that actually wound up he wound up like alienating himself amongst
Yes,
the rest
yes,
of the
yeah.
cast because
Yep.
he thought he was better. Yeah, well,
Brilliant.
little tidbit, he wasn't written into the script for part 2.
Yeah, right. Well, he was already dead by the time.
No, I thought it was before that.
No, because there was 2 people that had already died.
Yeah,
He said Kenny Baker was still. It was 96 or something like that. So
yeah, and I know the last
Kenny
person that
Baker-
died, they just scrapped
and he
it.
says it on the commentary. He's like, "Yeah, Kenny Baker's still alive." I was like, "Yeah, this is definitely old." And then I looked it up, and I was like, "Yeah, it's from the Laserdisc."
Oh, okay.
And he also a couple of times he mentions that. Well, he'll say, "Oh yeah, this is a great scene, but you could only see it on the Laserdisc. You can't see it on the VHS copy." I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
that's
damn.
cool."
Talk about selling. Make
They
that
find
money.
out that there's a window for the time hole. They're gonna, what's his name? Gonna go find it. Strutter.
Yep.
They find it. They sneak out with the gold. They chases them, and boom. Then we go.
He robbed him blind. I mean, they took everything. They took his arm. His arm that was in
Yeah.
the jacket. They took wow.
Oh yeah.
Clean them out. Clean them
That's
out.
funny.
And they're dragging that whole big bag of
The tapestry. They just threw it all on the rug.
So they
So
get
they
they
jump out,
they escape, and where do they go?
to Robin Hood time. To
Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood
And
Forest.
they land on
So they-
Michael
so they-
Palin and Shelley Duvall.
So they call this chapter. I love this. They call this the personal problem.
Uh,
That's that running joke.
I can't get it.
Yeah, I
he
can't-
can't get it up.
Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't say what it is.
Yeah.
He just keeps saying, "Well, you know about that problem. Will you be able to
Oh,
take care of
yes.
that problem?" Yes. I'm not. Michael Palin wrote that right before they did the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing, the commentary also has freaking title cards. Like he names all the titles, and he calls it extra vertebrae, and that's in reference to Shelley Duvall. He said that he thinks she has 10 extra vertebrae in her neck because her neck is so long and the way she just moves it around. and everything.
Well, actually, she got injured in that scene
Yes.
because Terry Gilliam was trying to he was trying to demonstrate how to land but not land on them, like land around them and stuff, and he actually fell on top of her, and it wound up like causing her like an injury that hurt her for like a long period of time and stuff.
Another thing I
What a
said
hot-
about that.
What a commodity Shelley Duvall was, huh? At that point,
That was that was her first role after The Shining.
after Shine,
No,
and
no, it wasn't.
Popeye, right? No, Popeye,
No,
right?
Popeye was.
Popeye.
Was it? I read it
We
somewhere.
just-
She only cameoed in it because she was friends with Eric Idle.
Okay.
And Eric
Wow.
Idle, he said, Terry Gilliam said, anybody that was famous that we got on our movie was because they were friends with Eric Idle. Like everybody in Hollywood knew Eric Idle.
Nice.
Oh, talk about Poe.
They said also about that the jumping scene, the hard part. Terry Gilliam loved the freaking the little people, the doors, whatever. And he said they were just all gung ho for the movie, and whatever he would ask them to do, they would do it. The problem was because they didn't have stunt doubles. You can't have stunt
Oh.
doubles.
Yeah, he's right about that.
So anytime he would do something, he was like, no, they were like fucking gung ho. Like, oh, you need to do that? I'll do it. No, don't worry about it. We'll try it. We'll give it a shot. And they didn't give a fuck, man. He was like, he loved them. He's like, I love that kind of attitude when I'm on a set or something.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm still trying to be safe, but yeah. So they fall into the thing with the cart, whatever. That's when he starts explaining now. Well, it was Pansy and Vincent. That was their name.
Yeah.
And they start explaining about who they were before they were bandits, which is they
Yeah,
made shrubberies.
Robberies.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Was that in reference to the Monty Python movie?
There's a lot of stuff in
wouldn't
there,
be
little
surprised.
art things. And
I
everything.
saw that. I saw that there were like
Yeah.
little references to things and stuff.
Yeah, but they made trees and shrubs and stuff like that for God, and he was like, yeah, well, we only had 7 days to make the earth, to make the world, so there was a lot of holes all over the place, and that's what the map shows is where all the holes are.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking never fucking got that explanation. I was
Me
like, wow,
neither.
that was
You know what? I
That's pretty
just
damn
watched it and I
ingenious.
still didn't catch
Yeah, it's when
Even as an
Randall
adult, I still lost me.
when Randall was walking with Kevin and everything. Right
Uh-huh.
after
Yeah.
they're packing, they clean up all their shit, whatever. But I thought that was cool. But I like that. Right after that, the help us, robbers, help us, and they come
Yeah.
running over there. And you think they're gonna help them, and they walk right past them.
Oh my God.
When they get caught, when they all get caught by the noose,
Yeah. They
Yeah.
that
strung
fucking
up in
scene
the
is
tree.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's like,
scene-
let me do the talking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Are you the mean kind of scum? Yeah.
He says,
Like,
"You
would
steal
you
toys
steal?"
from
Yeah.
steal toys from the kids."
Yeah. And whenever we get a chance. Yeah, it's all about you steal the teeth from an old person's mouth, We live for it.
Okay. What were you about to say, Phil?
No one cares. Zero fucks given. They're like, we don't care. We're stealing teeth. We're stealing clothes.
Oh, yeah.
No one cares.
Hey, you got them out of it, They're like,
True.
oh, we like these guys. Yeah, get them out and stuff.
Yeah, whatever gets you by.
Yeah, he's like, I've been thinking about teaming up, and I'd like to speak to your boss. And I was like, boss.
Yeah, it is those
What?
And John Cleese is fucking awesome in this fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's always awesome.
He's awesome in every movie, man.
Yes, you're right. But he's just so. And originally, this was supposed to be Michael Palin was supposed to be Robin Hood.
Yeah. So
And then John Cleese came in, and Michael Palin was like, "No, give it to him. Let him do it."
yeah, they wanted more star power. That's what it was, So
yeah, I'm Hood.
yeah. Like in the house, how did you get here? Jolly good, jolly.
Yeah.
Like,
so how long have you been Robin? 4'1". Really? That long?
I'm probably dying.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. And then he finds out that they're taking the gold. He's like, wait a minute, what? No, see, we stole this.
Yeah. But I like when he's first meeting him too. He asks Wally. He was like, "So do you like robbing?" He goes, "Well, helps pay the rent."
Yeah.
That's right. Don't knock the
Jolly
hustle.
good.
Jolly good.
I like when they start giving the riches away to the poor people, and the guy starts knocking them out.
He's like,
Is that
congratulations.
really necessary? And he's like, yeah.
What do you mean?
All right.
Yeah. So if you look what the guy is saying, because the guy had written dialogue, and by the way, the guy who's translating, that's Maid Marian. That's his name.
I noticed they called him Marion. I was like,
I never caught that.
that's funny.
But the guy that's saying like mumbling or whatever, he had lines of dialogue. He's the guy that's talking back and forth to Randall when he's upside down.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he decided like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, hey, he started using that old,
Louisiana talk.
No, like in a Snatch.
Oh, okay.
With Snatch, like Brad Pitt had that dialect, that certain dialect. It's like gypsy dialect or whatever.
Oh.
But yeah. So when he starts doing that, but if you listen to him, he goes when he says, "Is that necessary?" If you look at the guy, he goes, "Should I be using my head?" If you listen to it,
Oh
carefully,
yeah, I heard him
goes,
say that.
Should I be using my head? And he goes,
Right.
"Yes." He says it's absolutely necessary. So they're like, "Fuck this shit." They're like, "Fuck this shit. We're gonna leave. We want our gold and shit like that." They're leaving everything.
It's funny too when they first get to the camp and stuff like that. You see the guy, arm wrestling all the old feeble people and like ripping the arms off, and then they just throw it in a barrel of arms. It's like a wheelbarrow full of
Shit
arms.
like that, Jay. Is that a Disney movie? And plus, those guys are fucking disgusting looking. They're so grimy looking. They're fucking punching old ladies.
Well, I'll tell you now.
Punching old ladies. There you go. There's your PG-13.
Yeah, Monty Python always had a bucket of dead bodies somewhere, right?
Yeah, right. Bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet.
He's like, I'm barely alive.
Clunk.
Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Get out
No,
of
you're
here.
not. No, you're not.
Damn. Make me want to watch it again now. So when they're leaving, Robin Hood and all that, they're conversating. Randall mentioned something about horseflesh. Horseflesh was the extra character that they were supposed to have. So there's supposed to be 7 doors.
I saw that.
And there's actually designs that they have, like the drawings or whatever, what he looked like. But they had to cancel. They took him out so this way it wasn't 7 doors.
Well, actually, they made him the guy. Didn't they make him the character, the evil character?
The next thing?
The small person. Oh no, actually, he was supposed to be the one that says like, "Master, the map." I think.
Oh,
I read something like that. Yeah, but because he is listed in the end, but he's not in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's not in the movie. They cut him.
Yeah.
And then they had the other guy. He said, "Oh, look the map."
Very interesting.
Great intro to it because now we meet Evil Genius, which I didn't know. I didn't even know he had a name. I always thought it was.
I thought it was the devil.
Yeah, we always thought he was the devil.
Genius. Okay.
Evil
I wrote
Genius.
that down without even knowing his name. Ain't that some shit?
He has the alien thing on top of his head.
Yeah,
And that's actually inspired by.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was.
Yeah.
The aliens. That's why I looked at it.
So he's played by David Warner,
Yes.
which is definitely a staple in 70s and 80s movies.
Yeah, definitely was, man. Shit. You know,
Yeah, he was in a shitload of them. Yeah, that film. Still?
Yeah, David Warner. I'm here.
All right.
Wasn't David Warner in he was in the Omen,
The Omen. Yep.
a couple of Star Trek movies, right? He was in
Oh,
Tron.
that's right. Yes.
He was in
Tron. He was the bad guy.
Yeah,
in Tron.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yup.
Nah.
I can
Yup.
take bad guy. I know.
I'm here, man. I'm just, I'm a guest. You guys do your thing. I'm here.
What was he? In Star Trek, was he a Klingon?
I think yes, he was.
Right, he was a Klingon. I think.
Yes,
right?
he was.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I could see him as
Yeah.
a Klingon.
Yeah, he's very recognizable. He's got that voice.
I mean, he's classically trained, obviously, so he
Yeah.
does all that shit.
Yeah, a lot of those old British actors were.
They're all classically
Yeah.
trained. Yeah.
Holy snap.
Oh, they say the minions start talking about the just giving them like just saying the stupidest shit. Like they're the dumbest fucking people. Like, how are you the evil genius and you're surrounded by the dumbest people in the world?
I can make him a genius.
He wants to know
I can
about
make him a
computers
genius.
and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't notice that too about the technology, whatever.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
show me what computer.
But he's like, but if the supreme being created you, he's like, I didn't create no. He's just like killing each one off.
Yeah.
And then like, he's like, but what if he says Jedi? It's like, shut up, dick.
Well, I think that's the point, is that he's surrounded by morons.
Morons, yeah, and that's why he thinks
Most
he's-
geniuses are. You know how it goes.
That's true.
Why do you think I hang out with you guys?
It's true.
I feel so smart.
Why do you think we hang out with you?
So yeah, but and you see the plastic on all the minions.
Yeah.
And everything
it's
about-
all like, yes,
So
man.
everything about plastic with him is about preserving. So
Huh.
everything is about preserving shit and everything.
I was thinking, because, they didn't have a change of clothes, so they figured, he's just floating people, blood flying all over the place.
He had like
Plastic, help to preserve the clothes.
he also had like KY jelly like dripping from everything.
Ah, really?
It's weird, yeah. The
Remember,
plastic,
it's a small
like,
budget now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can make slime out of anything.
Yeah, you just put some water on it.
That local drugstore was tapped, man.
So one of the minions finds out that the bandits have the
The
map.
map.
The map, yeah.
Yeah. So he did the possession job.
These goons.
They possess Og.
Yeah. No ideas.
I've got no idea.
Listen, every crew needs one, man. Every crew needs one guy who has an idea. Whether it works or not.
Never
Is beyond-
fails.
Or true that. And he's like, "Oh, I know where to get a fabulous object," but he doesn't explain what it is or nothing. Or he's
What are
just
you
like,
talking about? He says it's the most fabulous.
It's the
object
most
in
fabulous.
all
The most fabulous object.
You know?
Brilliant.
Oh, and what's his name comes back? The Supreme Being comes back. Give him back the map, and they got to run again.
Yep.
And they separate, right? They take those two different doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And
the
that
young
Kevin should
kid,
go.
he
Which
jumps
doors?
through it, and then you don't see where they go. He's just
Yeah.
he's like, go through anyone, and then he runs through. Not that one.
Yeah, not that one. Yeah.
Like that,
You said anyone.
yeah, and then you should have before I ran through the door.
And then the kid falls on top of Sean Connery.
Which is awesome. I had no
Gosh.
idea he was in the movie.
What?
No
That's right.
idea. Sean Connery
Wow.
was in that fucking movie.
Yeah, he
Actually, in the script, it said that that he was supposed to. They wanted to have a Sean Connery lookalike kind of person, and if they couldn't get him, they wanted like
cheaper
a
version.
cheap version.
A cheaper
of him.
version, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
it wound up getting to his agent.
yeah.
He read it, and
And he
and
was
then they
like,
hired
"Oh,
him.
I love Monty
I wanna do
Python. I definitely want to work with them." So yeah, he wound up doing it, and he
And
only
he-
had a couple of days with them.
Yeah, because
Like, you're still in demand, man. He's getting
Yeah.
20 years of royalties from 007.
he was still coming straight off of
Yeah.
Yeah, he was towards the peak of his career and stuff like
well,
that.
no, not really straight off of it, because it was 70s with Roger Moore.
But, like, I don't know if he did anything, like,
He was
Um,
doing Outlander.
well, Outlander was...
Not
that-
Outlander. What is it?
we just talked about that movie the other
Yeah,
day.
we just talked about it.
But no, he wasn't doing anything. That was where I want to do significant. He wasn't doing anything significant
No,
in
no.
between this and the 007 run. He was just doing spots here and there. So,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so I guess they must have paid the rest of the budget to get him.
yeah.
You know,
Wow.
so,
It filmed that in Morocco too. That was supposed to be Greece, but it was Morocco.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I want a fez. Love those hats. Morocco. I like it,
My
yeah.
ex-boss is Moroccan. Now he's my friend. Now he got demoted.
Yeah, right. Now we could be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now I can wear your hat.
It really is. He's a totally different person than when he was a boss. When he was a
Yeah,
boss,
right?
he was like a Hitler
How the
person.
mighty have fallen.
Oh dear.
Exactly, and he deserved it too.
That's right.
Not if you're watching this though. Still my friend.
Yes. The chapter 9 is called "It's Magic Time." It starts off with that whole magic trick thing that Sean Connery actually wanted to do that. I don't know,
Yeah, it was his idea to throw
Yeah.
it in there and stuff.
but
Lou, let me ask you a question real quick. Why would they not film it in Greece? Is I guess would it be cheaper, I guess, to film in a place like Morocco,
well,
which
Morocco's
is
in Africa.
Is Africa, right?
Yeah, it's Africa.
So I'm
They
wondering
probably
why
had
they,
a cheaping budget. They probably had a cheap.
I thought so.
Because they didn't.
Also,
Because Castiglione wasn't filmed in Italy either, so maybe they just
Right.
didn't. Maybe they just kept it in the same area.
yeah, I guess so.
What are you saying, Jay?
no, I was going to say that a lot of times it's cheaper and
Yeah,
it's also a matter of population. If you need to be in a place where nobody's around,
Well, the place that they filmed in Morocco was in. As far as movies, till today they still film in that place. Gladiator. What was that? What was that
Yes.
Heaven movie? With the war with the Catholics and the Ridley Scott did it. Good movie with shit.
Not the Tom Hanks movie, right?
Kingdom of Heaven. Kingdom of Heaven.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
With the guy who played freaking Legolas. He was in it. It was all like
Right
it was
back.
all about the whole.
you're right back. Carry on.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom. Ah man, great movie. Well, the director's cut
What
was
is
great.
it? The Crusades?
Yes, the Crusades. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You gotta get faster than that, man.
I was giving you a chance, man. I didn't want to,
No, you know what I mean, man. With my
stop filling in
descriptions
the
and shit.
words,
I'm like, I think there was like, it was like some Catholics and some other people, and pagans. Like pagans, where the fuck you get pagans from?
There was that one guy. Remember, he was running in the background.
That big ass horn.
Oh, and Jay, I gotta say, what's up with the two Muppet shirts?
What happened? Too much. Oh, it wasn't intentional. It's just
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Put on in the morning,
That's what I'm saying.
Even like when I do like a show with my band and stuff, they're like, "What are you gonna wear?" And it's like whatever I put on that morning, like I'm not thinking about that. Like
I try to wear something different every show.
Well, that's the one thing I do try to pay attention to. Is like, oh, I got a podcast, and let me make sure I didn't wear that one. And I don't know if I did wear this one, but
So now we're the first people that went into podcasting fashion.
Hey,
Yeah, right.
it's okay.
You're supposed to be listening.
So where are we at?
Oh,
So
the banquet.
yes,
I love that
Oh, yeah.
music.
and he announces that he wants to make
yes.
him his son.
Yes.
Which was
And then the music starts, right? And then they start dancing.
Yep.
The midgets start
Yeah.
dancing. Oh, I said it. I said the M word.
God.
I was trying to avoid it.
Yep, you gotta erase
Daniel.
it.
Figured I'm a second drink
Start it
now,
again.
so
You gotta erase the whole
I
thing.
apologize to all the
That's
little
right.
people.
I about that.
Let's try that again. We'll just edit it out.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that
So
big
what's
ass
it called? So they
horn.
start dancing into the music and stuff, and they start grabbing the treasure off to the side and stuff. And
You
they
know,
start
they
grabbing
bumping
all
his
the,
shit. They grabbed the
all the
crown
treasure.
off his head, man.
yeah, they start grabbing all the treasure off of everybody's wrists and everything. Like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. He's like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's good. I'll take that one too. Yeah, and then he takes the crown. And
Which
then
was very
grabs
well
Kevin.
done.
And even though Kevin keeps fighting, no, they pulling him off. That's it.
Yeah.
What I was saying was,
Yeah, what you
was
saying?
that the dance sequence. I didn't know it was them at first.
It's fucking great.
It was really well done. Really well done. 'Cause I thought it was the people that were from the town.
Yeah.
'Cause it didn't look like they were stacked on top of
Because they got the it's like a guy on a horse. It looks
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's really really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I thought it was
was
probably somebody else, and then they,
amazed.
cut, and then they just jumped off and stuff like that. I didn't know that they actually.
That was it was really yeah.
The shoulders
quite
and
well.
something like that.
And the music too. Like I said, it was very just memorable. I don't know, for some reason that music.
Yeah,
We're talking about the dance scene with when the little people were in the those pom things, looking like what the fry
The
guys.
horses.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like the fry guys from McDonald's.
the thing that caught me off guard was when they had that big cow that was burnt to a crisp. It was a boar.
Yeah.
And it burnt to a crisp. And the guy was about to cut it. I'm like, no, it's not PG-13. It's not. I'm thinking blood's going to go spill out. Nothing but fruits and vegetables come out. I'm like, oh, man. Thank goodness.
If it was burnt to a crisp, why would you think that there was blood going to come out?
No, I thought blood was going to come out. I don't know.
Like, whoa, wait a minute. What restaurant do you work at?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to that one.
I'm not going there.
No.
It looked like it was burnt.
But that's not blood. That's tomato sauce.
No.
He cooks the steak and then he shoves the guts back in.
Yeah, that's what got me confused, man.
So I looked at the next title chapter name or whatever. Like I said, I was big on the chapter names when I was after I watched it. I went back and rewrote them. But it's called The Night to Remember. Does anybody know that reference?
I never remember.
So it was I believe it's a 1940s or 50s movie about the Titanic.
Yeah.
It's the first movie about the Titanic.
Yeah.
And all the stock footage of the Titanic sinking, that's from that movie that they colorized.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I saw that it was stock footage, but I didn't know it was from that movie.
Yeah, from that movie. Yeah, very really another before we get to the story again. So they only built one stage set for that deck. They didn't. The set director, she was like, I love Terry because he doesn't go into fucking details. Like, I don't want every little thing. Just all we need is what we need to fucking make our.
It looks like a boat.
Yes. So it was actually a stage. Now, if that was made like maybe with a bigger budget, they probably would have put it like Nightmare on Elm Street when we talk about like the way they made the room move around or whatever.
Yeah.
This was just a straight stage. Everything was camera turning when the fucking thing was sinking. And they were pulling everybody by strings.
Oh, I was gonna say, how did they make everybody slide over?
How crazy is that, right? And he goes, and another, he gave praise again to the guys that they fucking did. They could have got hurt. Fucking everybody's fucking sliding down when we got people jumping through windows. But fucking awesome, man. I was like, wow. I love movie magic, man. I love the, what the hell is this? Oh, why the hell did that come up?
What happened?
Lewis is about to crash.
Shit. Wait, hold on, something happened here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can't hear you guys.
Really?
Yeah, something happened.
I can hear you.
So how do you know that we're saying yes?
I could barely hear you. All right, how about now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and
You're
clear.
fine, dude.
Now you're off.
Uh-oh.
Blimey.
See, that's why you
Now
should have ran a test. You should have ran a test in the beginning.
Phil jinxed it.
Great. All right, good night, guys. Have a good night.
We're going to call you the mush.
Sorry about that. No, it was that stupid thing when I hit the freaking thing. All right, sorry, we'll get back to it. So now we got Vincent and Pansy again. Michael Palin and Shelley Duvall. But now he's got a different problem. Now he's got a wart on his nose. Look, she does that whole Popeye thing. He's like, I have to ask you a question. Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Oh, Popeye.
I know she always has those kind of noises and stuff. Yeah,
and that's why the director was saying, her neck just fucking moves like a fucking
like a bobblehead.
Yeah. So you go into the scene where for some reason I love this when they're all in the tuxedos or whatever. They're on the black tuxedos, chilling, drinking water. Yeah, just acting like assholes. It's like fuck you.
Yeah. All smoking cigars.
When Randall sits down next to Kevin and starts talking to him, like they're hanging off the thing. For some reason, when he drops the wine glass, it looked like it was like they never talk about it, but it just like looks really weird.
Well, I don't think he meant to. He's just like,
yeah, exactly.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, it just keeps going on. Keep going. Since I was a kid, I always fucking was like that part just always bothered me. Of like, you guys get another one? But they said that he was really getting into the acting on that, and he had to tell him, tone it down, man, tone it down. This is a comedy.
But that was a foul moment for him, man. Because what's his name is still pissed. Kevin.
Kevin.
Because he
Yeah,
told
Yeah,
him
you got
his
kidnapped.
pop. He's like, I could have had a great life, and you killed it. Damn you.
Speaking of which, that's the main theme of the whole movie. Is that Kevin wants to be anywhere but home.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah.
you want to be with those fucking parents? Those
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, they don't give a crap about him, damn it.
They
and
probably don't even miss their Polaroid. You know?
Oh, she's probably looking for it now.
I missed that cartridge though.
it's like, where's that fucking Polaroid?
You know,
Can we have
our
a kid-
parents let
can
us
we have a
play
kid
with the
attached to it or
Polaroid all the
something?
time and stuff. Just
This
never gave
is
us film.
rubbish. Where's more camera?
Yeah. We could get another kid. We'll make one.
Oh. So the Titanic.
Yeah, so the Titanic sinks and everything. We just talked about that. You know,
No, before that happens,
And just as he says, and could you give me some ice?
yeah,
shit.
tell me. That's what I was about to say. It's like, one was like, give me, that's right. One was like, give me another glass of wine, and a lot of ice,
That's great.
And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, he goes, what? I didn't know we were going to run into an iceberg. It didn't say, get off at the iceberg on the ticket.
Well, I didn't catch that. That was great, Chops. That was awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
So now they're all in the water.
Yes, and what's his name? The evil genius is doing the.
This is making them all spin.
Yeah, they're gonna send him to the time of legends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the time of legends. They were all holding onto a wheel that was there was a giant water tank that they used
Yeah.
for all the movies, for like submarine movies and everything,
Huh?
Mhm.
and none of them knew how to swim.
No.
No. I'm sorry. A lot of them didn't know how to swim,
Oh, okay.
and they were scared shitless, and they were fucking troopers, man. They were, no, especially Fidget. Kenny Baker didn't know how to swim
Yeah.
at all.
Because
He says that too. He's like, I can't swim. I can't.
Yeah. That's not funny.
Yeah, he's so fucking cute, man. You just like want to throw a life preserver at him.
That's funny.
What is he, a
Like,
stuffed animal? He's so cute.
I don't know, man. It's something about him, man.
I'm
He
going to
just-
keep him as a pet now.
That's what Will was saying.
Right,
Will was
right,
like, I
right.
think now's the time we should go for the greatest treasure of all.
The most fabulous object
The
in the
fabulous
world.
object. Yeah. And then Randall's agrees.
Oh, I was
with
going
me.
back to it.
Like,
Hold on.
I'm not-
Yeah, you're
Yeah, go
rushing
ahead.
again. Yeah. So they put this giant wheel inside the fucking tank, and they all, if you look at the scene, they're all grabbing onto. You can see like everybody's grabbing onto it with their
You
right
can
hand,
clearly see. Yeah,
and you can see everybody like fucking just
Well,
going around and everything. But it was crazy, and he said that like they literally had people ready to jump into the fucking water because they were so fucking scared, and there was like literal fear on these fucking guys' faces.
oh, wow.
That was really cool.
Yes, it was.
So now the next chapter was called "Tasty Little Morsels." Appropriate.
Wow.
That's what I said. That was so fun. I loved the chapter names.
Crazy. That's awesome.
And you meet the
Tasty Little
ogre
Mor-
and Catherine Hellman.
Yes, Mrs. Ogre.
Mona.
Mona.
Mona from Who's the
Mona.
Boss?
Yeah.
Jessica Tate.
And that
Jessica, Jessica Tate. That's my
She was
boo.
dope, man.
She was still on soap when they did this. Now I know you guys
She-
remember soap.
Yeah, soap was almost done at this point.
Yes, it definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't want her because they didn't think she was a big enough star. She
Really?
wanted Ruth Buzzy.
Fuzzy?
No,
Yeah.
Ruth Buzzy. Not,
Buzzy?
not Ruth Buzzy.
I don't even know what that
Bill the Rat now?
She's from Laughing.
Laughing. Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, she's definitely from Laughing.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah. And
Buzzy, man.
the studios were like, no, and she broke her leg when she was doing Clint Eastwood movie with Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh, with the monkey.
Yes,
Yeah, we did.
he was in that one, right?
Yes.
So she broke her leg. She broke her leg on that, and that's why she couldn't come on there.
Wow.
And Terry Gilliam got his way because he wanted her from the beginning.
Nice.
And when the driver was driving her to the set, he said more people were coming up to the car to take pictures of her than any other star he had. And he was like, "And you telling me she's not a star?"
No, right? What the fuck that the Mona?
The ogre, I was really surprised, is the dude from Game of Thrones. He's the Maester Aemon.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the freak. I always mix up the fucking whole. I still gotta watch that again. But The guy with all the daughters. That he had he had the young wife.
Yeah.
He had the bridge or something like that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
real
that guy.
jerk off guy.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
It's Master Amon. Amon or
Amon.
Nah, is it?
yeah.
I think so.
I can spell it. I just can't say it.
No, Maester is like one of the.
Maester.
No, but the Maester is the smart people up in.
Yes, he's one of the top guys. He has
Yeah,
all those kids that they want to marry. Like in the second season, they want to marry him. He has like, doesn't he have like
he's the
control of
Westchester of the
Crossbridge?
Seven Kingdoms. That guy. Yeah.
You and your Westchester.
Classy. Just saying.
Yeah. But it was like really shitty. But I remember like they needed him to cross over in order to do something. So
That was
like,
the Red Wedding, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was that really old guy.
Yeah.
He's creepy and everything. He had like the 17-year-old daughter or something like that. I mean,
He's the guy from. He's also in Harry Potter. He's the janitor or the groundskeeper.
Yep.
Like that.
Oh, I don't remember him.
Filch or something like that. But
Uh,
anyway, yeah. There's the ogre.
yeah. What about me back?
It's memorable. It's always,
Again, like, most of these movies that we do, me and Jason just watch so many fucking goddamn times, and there was so many quotes that we just always.
Oh
ran.
yeah.
We just ran them.
Yeah, man.
And there's always a moment to find one quote from any movie that we saw.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for when I'm jumping out of a plane, I couldn't say nothing.
Yeah, well, after you woke up, then
Yeah.
then you said plenty.
I wanted to fucking. I swear to God, my plan was before I jumped off was do Voltan. Who wants to live forever? Dive! That wasn't happening, man.
I thought the same thing, and I was gonna say the same fucking thing to you before I jumped, but I had no time. It was just like they don't give you a time to think about whether you want to do this or not. Because it's like door open, go. It's like where are we at? Ah!
I decided to take a nap before we jumped. So.
That's the story.
Yeah. That's the ticket.
Yeah.
So
So he's
yeah.
getting
So
his back, so
there's the ogre and Captain Hellman, ogre and his wife, whatever. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Dynamic. Especially like she's like a regular person. It was like Beauty and the Beast or whatever kind of. But now the Beast is in middle age. And I love that she's the actual one that pulls in all the kids, all the
yeah. Well, his back hurts
on the yeah. She does everything for him.
Yeah.
She loves that motherfucker.
What's not to love?
True love, Beauty and the Beast. Of course, if anybody else calls you Beast, I'll kill him.
Yeah, like when he goes out to scare them, he's like, rah, rah.
Yeah. So he's like throwing him into the pot, whatever.
Yeah, getting him ready.
The guy who played Kevin, well, the kid who played Kevin as an adult, he said every actor in that movie loved him. They said he was very professional. He was like, I had a great time. I never had a bad day. But when he met that guy, I forgot his name. I forgot to put it down here. He asked the ogre when he grabbed him. He was like, "Am I supposed to say my line first, or you say your line first?" He goes, "Shouldn't you know that?" He was like being a real dick about it. But he goes, I don't know if he was being professional or what, but after that, I had no problems with him.
Yeah.
Actually, he actually had a problem filming with Sean Connery because he was so starstruck that
they
he
had to film separate.
couldn't get him to,
Yeah, they had to film it separately.
Yeah, they did a lot of close-up shots of his face because they couldn't get him to,
He still talks about that. He still talks about how, I still couldn't fucking phantom the idea of working with Sean Connery.
Man.
Yeah, so his back is going on. They're like, we can fix your back, whatever. They do the stretching thing.
Yeah. And throw him over.
Yeah, they trick him, man. They just throw him over, him and his wife.
Yeah.
In the cold room.
Yeah, and now they got the boat. And there was another scene that Terry. So the boat was built in that same tank, right? The same water tank. Didn't move.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't move. Everything was camera.
Yeah.
Doing fucking back and forth.
We took directing courses. They showed us about that.
But you don't really see that in this movie. Like he fucking they had a great cinematographer.
Yeah.
But So when the giant comes out of the water with the hat,
Yeah.
with the
They stab him in the head with the. They're like, drug him.
but
They're just like grabbing all these drugs and throwing it into
yeah,
the
but
needle thing.
back to the camera movements. Every time they kept hitting something, there was like boom. Everybody had to jump to one side on their own,
Whoa. All right, cool.
and they would like turn the camera the opposite side, and then they would hit again, boom, and then everybody would jump to the other side. So I was like, that's fucking nuts, man. Like they were able to do that and just run back and forth like that,
Yeah.
and it looked so realistic and everything.
Yeah, put it up back. Well done.
When the giant actually comes up or whatever, because they were in such a tank, the water was so still. They were trying everything they can because he said you can't fuck with water. You can't make it look like real waves or whatever. So they actually had milk coming out from underneath his chin to make it look like froth from an ocean.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like amazing little tricks like this that make you fucking like really believe like, holy shit, this guy's coming out of the ocean.
Yeah.
He goes, there's no real.
Stretching that budget.
Yeah, they really did, and it worked so fucking
Milking
great.
that budget.
And it's kind of messed up too because this guy
Literally.
comes out of the water on this huge beach with this one tiny little shack of a house on it, and that's where he's got to step.
That's where he steps on.
Exactly.
And they're having a full blown out argument in there.
Yeah,
I don't know what
and-
happened. But it wasn't good.
Terry was mad that I'm calling him on a first name basis now since we don't know him.
Hey.
That the trolls, there was trolls underneath there. And he goes, this scene was so fucking funny, but you can't fucking appreciate it because it was so far away and everything.
Yeah.
And everything was shot in like a really high, wide angle. Everything was wide angles to make everything look longer, further. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, I learned so much from this shit.
Hey.
Yeah, and then the drug part comes, which again, this was not received well with parents. That you're shooting somebody off with drugs, man.
A
It's not
multitude
cool.
of drugs. They're just like pull anything off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only got one bottle with all that stuff in it. It's just sleeping pills, right? Sleeping.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah, but if you watch they said that on the network versions, they cut that part. They just make him tired.
See?
Yeah, they make him tired. They just like
Okay.
that. All of a sudden he's just like, oh, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Still.
Ah. Well,
Yeah,
that was more
everybody had a problem with that shit.
Ain't nobody trying to reboot this movie.
Yeah.
No, they better not.
Somebody actually talked about it once. Oh, Taika Waititi, the guy who did Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, he would have killed it, but of course
He would kill it. Yeah, but
They would have people protesting. No small people, no drug.
What are you talking about?
No drugging
That'd be good
giants.
control jobs and stuff like that. That'd be like like if they wanted to remake the Wizard of Oz and they say, yeah, don't give 100 people freaking jobs. Why would you protest that?
You don't see though. I mean, Peter, what's his name? From Game of Thrones. He's like the only real
Dinklage, yeah.
Dinklage. Yeah, he's the only really small actor you see working out. And back then, man, that was a fucking commodity. And Phil, your friend, what was the guy at the party with the long hair?
Randy.
He awesome dude, man. Awesome dude. He was saying somebody came up with a theory that every movie that has a little person in it is awesome. And he's naming off.
It's not far fetched, man.
No, I don't think so, man. And I really want to go through the list of that and like see if that's true. And my thing is Under the Rainbow.
Yep.
That's a whole podcast in itself, man.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, definitely.
That might be a two-parter.
It should definitely go in and coincide with this.
50
Be
to
no small
25.
feat. I can tell you that.
So so the giant falls asleep and everything, and the freaking
Falls down.
goes over there, and then that's when the scene where we were talking about before about that. So they wrote this scene specifically where they're fighting with Randall to get everybody's frustration off.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
Yeah,
was
when they all
fucking
turn on
pissed
him.
off. Yeah, when they turn on
Yeah.
Randall, that was
Yeah,
and he
man.
wrote that on purpose because Randall was just not getting along. He was like by himself all the time. He was isolating himself, and they told everybody just go at it.
Let him
And
have it.
one thing that he was saying was that as the movie went on, everybody started acting better. Like
Yeah.
because most of them weren't actors. and they started learning how to act or whatever, and then they got into their characters and everything, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Better
And
late than never.
I mean, no,
Yeah, it would help if you invest in the character a little bit while you're being the character.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
know they hired him for a reason. You know,
You think?
So what's his name? He throws the rock. At,
no, Skull.
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 Yeah.
Right. And hits the invisible barrier.
Yeah, it's funny, yo. When they all ran into the glass, that was the funniest thing. When they all ran
Oh
into
yeah.
yeah.
It's funny now that there's no stunt doubles.
Yeah. But it's true. Yeah. That was.
Now, is this where they were supposed to have that added scene
Which one?
where
Which added
there was supposed to be like an octopus monster that grabs one of them? I think it was what's it called?
Popeye?
No, Fidget. I think he grabs Fidget
Really?
and brings him into this cave. And when they rescue him, then they wind up.
Oh, the Spider Women.
Yeah, the Spider Women.
Yes, they
and
were
then,
like supposed to be knitting. Oh shit, I didn't know the whole thing about that, but.
And then they're supposed to go
is a
into the
speech.
future and try to rob a bank in the 22nd century or something like that.
That's pretty cool. I didn't hear
And
that.
then, yeah. And during the commentary, I'm surprised you didn't hear it, but they talk about that and how Terry Gilliam was like, I believe all the footage was destroyed, out of all
Yes,
the
yes.
and stuff. Yeah, so they never.
No.
There's only like some.
That's
black
not
and
on the
white,
commentary from the disc I got.
Yeah.
That's
There's
on
some
trivia.
black and white photos.
That's on trivia. No, yeah, that's on trivia on the web, because that was only released recently. But he didn't know about that at that time.
Yeah.
But the Spider Woman, I did hear about that. They actually have pictures of it and everything. But yeah, he said that was all the story. That was also when Kevin was in the bedroom. It was supposed to be a pirate ship.
Oh yeah, there's
It was supposed to go to the it's supposed to go to the window or something like that, which they actually filmed, and they had to cut it for time.
Yeah.
For a movie about time travel.
Yeah. Let's cut it down a little bit to save some time. Yeah.
So now they find the Fortress of Darkness. What is it?
Yep.
Fortress of
Yeah.
Ultimate Darkness.
Solitude.
Fortress of Ultimate Darkness.
Oh,
There you go.
You got something new.
When they're walking into the building, there's all little dolls, and they have like magnets underneath them, and they're moving them. Yeah, they're just moving them over there.
That's funny.
And the game show pops up.
Yep.
The game show.
So if you notice, everything from here it's all black velvet behind them. Feels like velvet.
What is that, velvet?
There you go.
You know Kunto from upstairs. Aha!
We're gonna have to do that with you and Choppy.
Oh,
you guys love that
me.
movie. I didn't
Don't
realize
threaten me.
Choppy was younger than us.
Oh, he's well versed in the '80s movies cinema, though.
But he certain ones, but coming to America, definitely he was.
Oh yes, he is. Stop at McDowell's, get a sixer before I come through.
That's and the Beastmaster commentary, not the podcast that we did. Jay kept calling him James and John, and I'm like, James is his good times character. John is his real name. We'll also take McDowell's.
James.
Oh yeah, Chops even did the Florence shit. Damn. Memories.
Season 4, good times.
Yeah, so that whole
Game show.
the game show.
Murder of your life.
Yes. The equipment is called Murderna. Like what the? That was like
What?
Murderna. Murderna. Every equipment that they have is like, it's sponsored by whatever.
Yeah,
And
now the
greedy for
kitchen
the
in the
fight.
future. The kitchen in the
Yes,
future, right?
yeah. And it's their parents too, right?
Yeah.
it's parents,
Yeah,
parents.
the parents.
You got mom, dad? What are you doing here?
Mom, Dad. And then the evil genius winds up taking the map from them.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna burn it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit.
Nah, that's later.
Yeah, that's how he takes it. What's it called? What's it called? He captures them, and
Not
No,
yet.
no, no. Yeah. You're
No.
going too
how did
far.
he get?
Yeah.
How did he get the map then?
He got the map
Nah,
because they were paying attention to the game show. He grabbed the map and
Nah.
they all turned around and went, "Oh shit!" And then he
He took
fucking
the
put them in
map,
the
didn't he?
cages.
Put him in the cages. Yeah. I was gonna say,
The cages was cool too because
oh, I'm sorry.
another
That's
yes, I got you, Jay. I got you.
that's a little further ahead. Yeah.
Because he always beats me, man. He always gets me. And then he acts like a dick. He's like,
No,
"Fuck
I
you, man,
don't. I
know
just
my
act
shit."
smug.
It's smug. There you go. Okay, that's a better word. I will take smug for $300. That was great though. Yeah, the cages, right? Here's really cool. Again, camera tricks. The first cage is a full-size cage with all of them in it. Every cage behind the whole studio was only 40 feet long.
Uh-huh.
So they made a smaller cage behind it and a smaller cage behind it to make it look like
Oh, the perspective.
using for
Optical illusion.
perspective.
Yeah.
Using for perspective, I can't say the word. They made it look like everything was further away out into the distance.
That's
That's
pretty cool.
fucking awesome, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that shit, man. I love all those
That-
camera tricks. It's
Dope.
that Martin Scorsese movie, man. I love that shit.
That's when this guy grabs the rat and was like, "Anybody who wants some? Might be a last meal for a while." He's like, "Set it up."
Damn you, vermin.
Yeah, Vermin's awesome.
Yeah.
Kevin discovers that through his Polaroids that they have the picture of the map
hmm
that they were holding. So they found the next door and everything. Now they got to find out a way to get over there.
Yeah, he's got to distract him to get through the hole.
No. Well,
Well,
first they
no,
got to get out of the cage.
Oh,
first.
yeah, you're
They're
right.
still in
Yeah.
the cage. Yeah, they're still in the cage.
Actually, there was another cut scene where Sean Connery, back in that scene, he's supposed to present Kevin with a knife, and give him the knife, and but they cut that out, and then they show in the cages that Randall goes into the backpack and grabs a knife out, and that's where he's supposed to have gotten.
Cool. Good catch. Yeah.
Good catch.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
I had no idea.
And the idea that they're cutting off of the thing that's holding them,
Damn,
Yeah,
wow.
they're shaking off the rope,
they're cutting pieces of the rope off.
and it's only like a little section too, and then they're like tying all these little ropes together. It's like so it's like this fat rope, this little tiny,
Yeah, exactly.
and then the fat rope again.
Originally, the in the script, the page was only like a half a page long, and they just fell in love with the whole scene, and they made it this whole great escape kind of scene, and it does work. What were you gonna say, Chops?
No, I was just saying it was genius because don't you like, oh wow, they're cutting the rope down. Those guys are really smart. They're gonna make it. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, that rope was really teeny. What the hell?
Yeah, they left like 3 ropes.
And no one measures. No one ain't measuring shit before they do it.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, that's genius, wow. But
Another thing that we didn't talk about too either was that obviously the bandits are fucking dumb as shit, and Kevin pretty much takes over.
yeah.
From
Well,
fucking,
because he's the leader,
yeah, he becomes the leader, like basically, and like tells them what to do.
Yeah.
Everything, which is pretty cool.
Well, that's why they decided to keep him. They're like, he's smart, he knows things, like because
But
every
by
time
the time you get to the Minotaur, it's like he's telling them, "All right, do this, do that, get into the bowl, whatever."
Which was probably one of the best parts of the movie is him taking control of the situation.
As a kid, you know what? And
Yeah.
exactly. As a kid, you're
That makes
thinking like,
you-
"Oh shit, now I'm the leader of these adults, even though they're smaller than me."
Yeah.
And it's all about that. Everything's about fucking like just being a kid, imagination. I love it, man. I appreciated this movie so much more this time that I watched it.
Oh yeah.
I really understood like what the fuck he was going for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before, as a kid, you just watch it. Just
you don't realize a lot of things. You don't realize how much art actually went into the movie, or like little things that the director puts in movies.
Yeah, and you
never realize. Oh, he was trying to connect that to this and stuff. So
yeah, it was really. Yeah.
You're probably gonna pick up stuff now every time you watch the movie over again.
Oh, definitely.
It's just because it's
Most definitely. Most
Well, I
definitely.
tell you, when I started watching it, and I saw him in the bedroom, I made sure I scanned everything on his walls, everything. I was like, I want to see, like, because I noticed before I read anything, I noticed that the soldiers look like the soldiers, and everything. And I was like, hey, wait a minute, is this like a dream or something? It looks like everything's
never caught that.
in his room. And then I
Until
just started
last night.
scanning everything. I was like, I need to see all the pictures on the
Me too,
wall.
me too. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Damn. Could have been a THC.
The way they
but
get
I'm-
across is awesome. And Terry Gilliam was really proud about the weight distribution. And I thought that I was the only one that really fucking appreciated that. But the way they're swinging the rope,
Uh-huh.
it really
Yes.
looks like they're swinging somebody heavy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When they're trying to swing Strutter
Yeah.
across to the other side.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, he did that shit on the way he did it, whatever. First of all, a lot of it was reverse filming.
Yeah.
It was either reverse filming or they would film it extra fast and then slow it down.
Okay.
So a fucking genius fucking goddamn movie
Yeah.
tricks, man. Like I said.
Man, they had me fooled.
Yeah, and you really feel like holy shit.
Yeah.
And when he's like, every time he's about to reach the cage and everything, you're like, oh shit. Oh man, swing harder, swing harder. And then even like after he grabs it and then while he comes and he swings off to him, like you can feel like he's holding onto that cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Meanwhile, the cage is only a 45-degree angle. It's not
Mhm.
upside down in real life. But again,
Oh, wow.
they changed the camera, so it made it look like he was hanging.
Yeah.
He wasn't really putting any really pressure on it. Also, there was only 2 cages, so the cage that Wally swings to is the same cage. He just took the skull out, the skeleton.
Yeah.
out.
yeah, and that dude is mad strong. He was holding on to
Oh, yeah.
a little bit of the edge. He's like,
Yeah, when he gets to the edge, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
he's going to bring all these fucking, they're doing it down.
Whoa, man. You been working out. Damn.
And I love when Kenny Baker's got to go down. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I was like, I feel you, son. I feel you.
That's funny. Oh, yeah.
And he says, I'm going. He's fucking great, man. I wish he was in more movies without being behind the R2D2 droid. Yeah, because he was just such a fucking lovable character.
Yeah.
That's the way Vito was when he come out the plane. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm going.
There he was, and he was like this.
Word.
Backed out.
He
passed
was
out.
attached to somebody, so they just carried him out like a baby,
I really think that like a
like a
bitch,
baby
yeah.
in a pouch.
What is it, like a bitch? I was like, motherfucker, I jumped out of a plane. So when everybody gets to safety, what's his name? They're all about to like, fuck this, we're out, peace.
Yeah.
Kevin's like,
No,
no.
do that.
It's so funny with Terry Gilliam's commentary because he's like, and so this kid asshole has to ruin everything because us as adults, we're just, and this is the director saying this.
No.
Like I said, he hates kids and he hates kids movies. And he's like, this fucking kid's got to be a fucking kid asshole. Like, oh, we got to do the
Talk
good for the
sense.
world and everything and talk sense and everything. Yeah. And everything. And make the fucking guys go back. He goes, because we all know we would have all just fucking left. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Well, the fucking director is like saying, like, I fucking even felt more with the Bandits than I did with the kid.
That commentary
man.
would fly today.
So yeah, so now they those crazy fucking skull creature cow head.
Yeah, those things are wicked crazy.
Were they in Beastmaster? No, they weren't.
No.
Okay.
No.
He said that he didn't even know what the fuck they were.
They were extras
Yeah.
in the Beastmaster movie.
Yeah.
They were
And I'm
leftovers.
thinking,
Even Terry said that he's like, I don't even know what the fuck they were. He goes, I just like cow heads for some reason.
Yeah, so
the
they
rest was like,
tried to steal the map back.
yeah, well, yeah,
And then
well,
he gets-
yeah. He said, Kevin says, I'm gonna go. We'll get the map back or whatever. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
that's after. Yeah,
gotta get
before
the
they
map back
before they
because
chase it.
they're
Yes,
going to-
and then yeah, that's right. Yeah, they go to
Well, I
try to
got
get
you. I got your back. I'm redeemed.
it. They go try to steal the map back. Og goes.
Mhm.
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He's just sitting there folding the map up and everything. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
right, dude, all night.
No, I just throw it. Just, yeah, exactly, right, Johnson? It was like,
Yeah.
throw it.
throw it. And
He's like, just fucking run back, you stupid. It wasn't that far. They ran there. And then he catches them all running and shit like that. And Og's just standing there like a dumbass.
Word.
And the evil genius turns him into a
pig.
pigman.
Well, Pigman, yeah.
Pigman. Yeah, he was a pigman.
Mayor Bad Pig.
Yeah.
So they're getting chased. Now they're getting chased by all the cow skull fucking road hook guys. And then that's when the kid says, oh, you guys go into different doors, get an army, get some help, and I'll distract them. He's like, you can't do it by yourself. And Randall goes,
You know what?
Randall goes, wait, hold on. Randall goes, oh, you stay with him. No, Randall goes, he's like, you know what? You're right. Somebody needs to stay with you. Oh, go with him.
And yeah, because again, there wasn't that much. I was already a pig.
What are you saying? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was already a pig. So yeah, no, you can't do nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he goes off into some time and something like, as a pig and says, hey, I need help, you think it was
Exactly.
So what's it called? But before they steal the map back, the evil genius, is that what his name is?
Evil genius, yep.
What's it called? He's talking with his minions and stuff like that, and he's like, I feel so good, and he's like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, he says something to Benson, and he's like, oh, thank you, Master, for saying something nice about me. And he's like, you're right, I did. Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn you into the dog. Like, I didn't mean to say something nice, so I'm gonna have to fuck you up.
Don't tell anybody, but
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
That's the other time I'd never noticed it before too. Now, as he's running through the thing, you start seeing the Lego blocks.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's crazy, right?
From his room, yeah. So it's like everything.
You didn't see the background? Background is like all his stuff from his room. Lego blocks. There's a spindle. I'm not running a spindle. What do you call them? A spool. For like fucking thread.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what fool.
That's why I'm like, is this all just a dream or something like that?
Exactly. I was reinterpreting.
Watching this time made me
Yes.
think like this is all just in his dreams.
Exactly. Me
Toys
too.
and all these things,
And then the ending fucks it all up anyway. So
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay. You're like, but yeah. So now all the fucking armies come out and everything. Everybody that was in his room.
Yep, the Cowboys.
And like I said, we never caught on to this shit.
No.
Fucking 40 years watching this movie.
Yeah,
We didn't catch
Exactly.
on to that. Every fucking character, all these fucking armies were coming out, and they were all his toys. And just like a kid,
The land of the legends.
and like the kid said on the commentary, he was like, "This is what you would do when you were playing with your toys. Like you would have one bad guy, and you would have all your fucking characters."
Yeah,
trying to fight.
every category.
Yeah.
Coming after
So it's
him.
really cool, man.
Yeah,
They did
that's
some really
cool.
cool stuff.
Yeah, first
I
we
was
had the
thinking-
Cowboys try to lasso him, and he get
Yeah, I
all
was
flat.
thinking the Cowboys. Well, I was thinking Cowboys. The first thing I thought was, oh, Billy the Kid, and then I was thinking with the astronaut with the things was probably
The spaceship came. No, but
yeah, it's spaceships.
no, but these are all in the
It's
beginning. Like
Yeah.
me and Jay were talking about that.
Like
You
you
see the
said.
toys in around all of his room. You really gotta watch it again. Once you know it,
Yeah.
you'll spot it. Like Jason said, you
Yeah.
fucking look around. You're like, oh shit, there's the fucking knights. There's the
There's
spaceship.
Tank.
There's the Legos. There's the
Yeah, all the
Gotcha.
the like French army, like
Toys,
or
yeah.
English
the
army.
Greek archers. The Greek archers.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. Please continue.
Sean Connery was supposed to be in that scene. He couldn't make it because of scheduling differences.
What's his name, Lou?
Sean Connery. Oh, Argamagaman.
Armageddon it.
Yeah, there you go.
The Agamemnon.
Armageddon it.
He was actually supposed to lead the archers.
Yeah.
And Fidget dies, right? It's Fidget.
No, not yet.
Well,
go through
the final two people are is Randall in the tank,
Mhm.
which they actually had to push to move it because they couldn't get to move, and Wally is in the spaceship,
Mhm.
and he's shooting, and they're the last two left. Everybody else is fucking wiped out, And Wally keeps telling fucking Fidget, get out of the way, get out of the way. And Fidget is just being the cute little goddamn monkey that he is. Man, I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
I just see, all I see is Phil shaking his head like, what the fuck?
Man.
I don't know, man. He's so fucking adorable, that guy. He's just like, what you gonna say, Jeff? What you gonna say, Phil?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm speechless.
Well, I was gonna say that which one? When the big evil guy, Master Evil, right?
Evil genius.
Evil genius, and his head pops up, right? Am I going too far?
No. That's cowboy
knife comes up,
cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
and then the knife comes up. It reminds me of a scene from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice,
Where
yeah,
he's
definitely.
he's like,
I thought the same thing, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up, get your pies, pay it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so the Wally fucking Fidget's running around and Wally hits the column and the column falls on him. Oh, yeah, he's like, ah! Squashes him.
I fell to my knees. Porque!
Not my Richie. Not my Richie.
Not my Richie. Not my Fidget.
My Fidget.
So that was actually
The director.
Sean Connery that died. He was supposed to be leading the archers, and he's the one who died.
Oh, really?
But because he couldn't make it to the filming, he got
So Sean Connery is the fucking result of fucking Fidget dying. That's
he's
something.
the reason.
That's right, you whore.
Someone had to die.
I'll take Ape Tit for 200.
You go back to the suite, just sit there, you wait for me.
That's great, dude. That's awesome fucking.
You whore. You get the last word.
That's the best, man.
You guys ever see that? He's on
Yeah,
Barbara Walters.
Jeopardy. What?
No. He was on Barbara Walters like 30 years ago.
Oh, no.
Telling her how he slaps his wife around.
Really?
Yeah, she gives her the last word. Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, look it up. I'm telling you.
And like nobody says, wow.
Freaking
Definitely was different.
It's terribly amazing. It's
If I
awful.
was married to Sean Connery, he could smack me.
Wow.
That's true, too.
I mean, it's awful that he smacks his wife around, but it's amazing because it's fucking Sean Connery. That's right.
Exactly.
I'll smack that whore. That's right. Just sit there. Sit there, you wait for me. Get back to the room and wait for me. Money Penny, come here, Money Penny. Fillet me.
That's great. That was awesome.
Oh, money. Oh, snap.
Oh, man. So when Fidget died, like I said, him and Jack Turvis were partners on the show. They were really close together. So he felt that Wally, the guy who played Wally, was really becoming an actor. Like, he'd never acted before, and he was getting really good. So he asked him to do the scene for him to get
Yeah, and he was good. He was like,
fucking amazing! Amazing! You killed him! You killed Fidget! And first he's like crying, then he just goes into angry, like, I'll fucking kill you, you son of a bitch!
yeah, I felt that too when I saw that.
Oh, he was fucking great!
Oh, yeah.
He had
And-
that Charles Bronson Death Wish anger.
Oh, fuck, dude!
When he gets his family killed and he's like sitting in the room like shaking like he wants to kill somebody and he starts to scream.
No, yeah, he went over the top, man, but he was
man.
fucking like you don't kill my friend, I'll fucking kill you. And he's crying and angry and fucking, dude, kills that scene. Kills it.
Yes.
And just as fucking the evil genius is about to kill all of them, the Deus Ex Machina happens, which is literally a deuce.
The what?
Deus Ex Machina.
Which I'm guessing is the chapter title.
What?
Which I'm guessing is the chapter title.
No, you never heard of that word before?
No.
That's when at the end of a movie or a story, when just something out of nowhere happens to end it.
You film screw kids with your lingo.
You know what? It's the problem is Lewis's Latin is terrible.
This could be true. But perfect example is if anybody ever read or seen The Stand.
I read The Stand.
Okay, so at the end,
Pages. Yeah.
at the end,
I'm still reading it.
what you would call it? when they're about to fucking they're about to kill the fucking the good guy. All of a sudden, God's hand comes out of nowhere. Yeah, and like, what the fuck?
Well, he turns it MOON spells God's hand's gonna come and crush you.
So it's when something most people hate Deus Ex Machinas when it happens in a story. It's basically like something out of nowhere, like all of a sudden a hurricane happens and kills the bad guy.
In pro wrestling, we call it the Dusty finish. Dusty Rhodes was the obviously famous wrestler. He was also the booker of certain territories, and he would book these crazy finishes to matches. It'd be like a run in, or lights go out, or somebody use a weapon, or somebody jumps from the crowd, or something stupid would happen, or something that would be an insane finish to a.
Like it didn't make sense to the story and nothing like that. It just came out of nowhere.
Correct. It's called Dusty Finish. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it was Philip, the pizza delivery guy from the beginning.
Yes. Right. Exactly. He's got a family, damn it. I'm sorry.
Love it, man. Oh yeah, so the Supreme Being comes and turns Evil Genius into her
He explodes
statue, like a statue or whatever.
And blows him to bitterings.
Yep.
And bitterings.
And he makes everything right, man. He turns Og back into to a human.
Yeah, he told us, I knew what you guys was doing all along.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm God. You think I was going to let you just steal my map?
I gave it to you.
Back to the Og, the pig. Because remember, then the Evil Genius, forgot about that, but the Evil Genius turns him into a full pig.
Yep.
So the pig trainer really talked Terry Gilliam. He was like, oh, this guy does this pig does amazing tricks and everything. He's like, he's got like 150 fucking tricks. He's like, he didn't do one. It's like he fucking sat there the whole time. He said the best trick he did was the scene where he's looking over and then he turns around and runs.
No,
that was the best trick I got.
The best trick is when he hit the catering table and ate all the food.
Yeah, really. But
Nightmare on Elm Street, most likely.
We forgot to mention when the evil genius killed Benson.
Why did he? Oh, he killed everybody.
Yeah. When he was going to burn the map, he was like,
yes. Okay, yeah, we read about that part.
Yeah. He's like, I don't need anybody anyway. Sorry, Benson.
Well, okay, so on the commentary, the guy I love, Terry Gilliam. He when he blew up the dog, he was like, "Yeah, you ain't doing that on a Disney movie."
And it looked like the Shaggy dog too.
Yeah, again, another
Shaggy dog.
Another thing you don't do in a kids movie is blow up a dog.
You can blow up Evil Genius, but you don't touch the dog.
There were no animals harmed in this movie.
I think we made our point at the beginning of the conversation, Jay, where we were saying about it. He's like, really? I didn't think this was that bad of a movie for a kids movie. That was some pretty fucked up shit there. It's just that we were fucked up 80s kids that didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
No,
but you show that to a kid, you show that to one of these new mothers, but their kid, they'll fucking flip out. Wait, you can't show that. Oh my God, he just punched an old lady.
Yeah, the parental guidance. The parental guidance we had was the parents were in the next room with their friends.
Smoking a joint.
Somebody got to kill the babysitter.
Yeah,
exactly. You know. So, all right. So then.
Yeah, he makes everybody come back to normal. Right? Fidget's alive.
Thank
you.
Yay! Not my fidget.
He says he'll give them back their jobs. I love this. He's like,
yeah, you got your job.
Give them back your jobs.
Take the good job.
He's like, but you get 19% pay cut, and that's retro. That's retro. It was 19% pay cut with retro from the beginning of time.
I want to be in that union. What is that? Local 9999999. Wow.
And they leave Kevin, and that whole scene where they're going up in the smoke, where Fidget was like, well, "What about Kevin?"
Yeah, he's begging. He's like, "No, he's one of us. He's gotta go." Yeah.
And to me as a kid, I always felt like that was fucked up. That scene.
Yeah.
Right. It's like still kind of like they're just like
went through all that trouble for nothing.
And we're gonna leave you by yourself.
Exactly.
Sorry, God, but I did your dirty work and you left me with shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to go.
Oh, what do I get? My parents back? They're about to die anyway.
And that shitty toaster that made the house burn.
Well, yeah, we're about to get to that. But real quick, when the smoke goes up, like and Fidget's running to the smoke and then it goes all
Yeah.
up. That was all filmed backwards. So Fidget was
Yeah,
actually running backwards,
Oh, really?
which is pretty
Well,
fucking. And if you look at it, you see it looks
The
weird the
smoke,
way he's
it looks
running.
weird. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
The
even the way Fidget's
smoke.
running,
Uh-huh.
it's like the way he's running and everything, and the way his cloth is like, oh shit, because that is weird. You got little legs and shit like that, and you got to run backwards and shit. You don't really run; you kind of like wobble.
Wow.
the one thing
Wow.
I
This
was-
guy's freaking going. He's gonna get like a letter with all
Hey,
these.
listen, man. There's no
I know this is going back.
publicity, man.
I was gonna say
What up?
everybody needs to listen to this while they can because this is gonna be the band episode.
Yeah.
Damn. So I gotta say one thing. I'm not going back, but when the Titanic thing happened, and they're all wearing tuxedos, right? And they're all black, and then all of a sudden, one take the water, it's all white.
Yeah, they go into the negative
Then they
world.
turn-
That was
Yeah,
cool too.
okay,
Yeah, that's good. Cool. That's a
okay.
good point. Yeah, we didn't
All
talk about
right.
it. That was
I
cool.
thought they were turning into angels, so I didn't know.
No, it was just like they're going into a negative world or whatever.
Gotcha.
Bad guys.
Ah, ah.
Legends of Time or something like that. That's why the camera changes. Like
Oh,
everything
yes.
was like everything they filmed everything on a negative or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we go
Continue.
into he wakes up in the fire. There's a fire going on.
And the bad fire chief, go ahead.
Yeah, and well, he only Sean Connery shows up. He was
Yeah.
they filmed that in the studio.
Okay.
'Cause the
In
studio-
another country, not even where he was like visiting another country. And they were like,
no,
That's
he was
right.
filming. He was filming Outland.
Yeah.
Outland, right?
Oh.
That's the name of the movie.
Outlander. No, Outland. And she's like a space cop.
Yeah, I feel like that's the wrong fucking.
They call me
title.
the space cowboy. You whore.
Wow.
Yeah, so he only filmed that scene for a second, and like he shows that again this trick photography, where like you see him like saying, "Okay, I'll be right back," and he goes past the mom and pop. That was a different
that's
actor.
not him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
then-
actually, he thought of he actually that was Sean Connery's ending.
Yes. Yeah, he definitely. He put a lot of input into that.
Yeah, he even
So-
like when the first days of shooting was over in that place in Morocco, and the director has been out of making movies for a couple of years, and he was like all out of it, and Sean Connery jumped in there, was like, maybe you want to start shooting this, maybe you want to start doing that,
yeah.
like
Maybe you
started
want to do
getting-
things my way, whore.
Next week, Sean Connery is going to be our guest.
Yeah.
Next week, make sure you come in. Watch
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna cut the video and then you just put Sean Connery at the
Oh,
bottom.
we're just doing Sean Connery. We got to find a Sean Connery movie. And just this part, I was slapping
The
that
Hunt for
wall.
Red October. You whore.
Uh,
And then-
uh,
And
then we see
you
the
listen to the
parents.
parents. Yeah, well, you listen to the parents in the background, and all they're talking about is, why didn't you get the toaster? Why didn't you get the
Yeah.
blender? Everything about the materialism again.
Yeah.
she was
Didn't
about
even
to go
care
in
that the kid was needed out.
Yeah, they
already.
didn't care about the kid being. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
No.
that's a good point. They didn't even care about the kid. They were just like, did you go back for the toast? They didn't go back for the kid, but they went back for the
Yeah,
toaster.
and they're like,
Should
yeah, it
have
looks
done it
like
back,
you were
yeah.
cooking some shit in your toaster, and they hand him the
Yeah.
toaster. Yeah,
I'll try to toast
The
me
Sunday
crumpets.
meat.
yeah, the
I
crumpet.
tried to toast me crumpets and I burnt the house down.
Yeah, and then he's like, hey, we had to go back for the Sunday meat. But it's Thursday.
As I was gonna say, he called it something. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they definitely got that weird Monty Python English.
Yeah.
humor in that.
Sunday meat. Wow.
And then they find the rock, the piece of.
I gave her my Sunday
No,
meat.
Mom, Dad, don't touch it.
It's evil.
I gave that whore my Sunday meat on Tuesday. You know.
Holy shit! I'm killing us, Phil.
And now,
But so that's the piece of evil, piece of
Evil genius.
evil genius
Left over.
that was in the toaster. But also now Kevin's also looking through the
The
Polaroid.
pictures, yeah.
Polaroid.
Nice. Sees that.
Polaroids.
So that's where you're like, oh, okay, this shit really did happen. So
Yeah.
it's so awesome, man, because like I watched it in such a different way now. It's like, oh
Yes,
shit.
definitely.
It's like it starts off like, all right, maybe it's just his imagination, but nah, this shit really happened.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
was
he says those
expecting
famous lines.
I was expecting the photos to be like Back to the Future photos. You don't see nothing in them, you know, because he took pictures of them.
Yeah. That
but-
would have been a shitty ending then.
Yeah.
It was like, no,
Thank
he
God
really
you
did
didn't
go on
write
this
the
adventure.
movie.
Yeah, but now,
Yeah.
imagine
And
thinking
then the
that Kevin's
no,
an
I was gonna say,
orphan. Kevin's an orphan. He's got no parents.
yep,
His
the
house is
kid, the
burnt
parents
down,
touched the rock.
and
That's
he's
what I was
fucking
about to say.
homeless.
And
Poor
exploded.
Kevin. Damn
And
it, poor kid.
actually, they didn't want to put the exploding parents in there, but it tested really high with the kids when
That's
they
what I was
did
telling you
the,
before. I was saying that kids
Yeah.
loved that was their
Nickelodeon
favorite part.
shit before Nickelodeon.
The first thing they said, they were like, "What did you think of the movie?" And they were like, "We love the parents exploding." At the end."
Yes.
Like,
That's what I
the
said in the
first thing.
beginning.
It
Yeah, I
was
said that in the beginning.
Who didn't want to blow their parents up when they were
Right.
11?
It's like, wait a minute, the
And-
whole movie you just watched, and the only thing take away was you loved the part where they blew up the parents.
And that's what I was saying before. That again, another reason why this isn't a Disney flick because they pull up fucking parents. Second thing was too is that the kid was right, where they were like, if the kids would listen to their parents, then maybe you wouldn't fucking blow up because the kid was fucking saying his thing the whole time.
Yeah.
The boy audience, all the boys thought it was awesome because they were like, fuck. He's like, we could do this shit. He could be on his own. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
But the girl audiences were like, but who's gonna take care of
That's what I thought.
That's
Well,
why
can
you
you
don't.
open?
That's why you don't get involved.
But yeah, again, another reason why it wasn't a Disney flick because
Mm-mm.
you don't blow up dogs and parents and other shit and beat up on old ladies.
Oh, that's so funny.
Allergic to ladies.
And we cut away to Dream Away. I love this fucking song from George Harrison.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and he actually, the director didn't want that there either. He was like,
George Harrison wanted to do the whole soundtrack for the whole movie, and he didn't
Yeah.
want that kind of music in it.
yeah, he just wanted like, I can't even think of the word, but
Classical.
Theoretically?
Yeah, classical, like
yeah,
classical
timely
music,
movie. Yeah.
theatrical music is.
Theatrical.
George Harrison's
Theoretically.
music that they recorded, he said it was more of a hi-ho kind of music. like
Nice.
Seven
Oh,
Dwarfs type
wow.
shit.
But
No good. No bueno.
Jay, you can appreciate this because you're a musician. I think just knowing now as an adult that George Harrison had a piece of this
Yeah.
Oh.
because that's.
Well, we know since we were kids. We know since my
Well,
father.
I
father
didn't
was a
know.
big
I didn't
Beatles
know
fan.
until I was older. I know until I
Oh,
was in my 20s. But I think Harrison's stuff by himself is pretty brilliant when you go back to it. The first couple of albums. But I feel like just knowing that he had a piece of that makes this movie even way better than it is. Just because he had a hand in it. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. I'm just it's just,
No. My father was a huge Beatles fan, and he told us that, and we actually had the video, and it was one of my confusions, was that at the end of the movie, as they pan away from the world, and it goes into the map or whatever, whatchamacallit, you see God rolling up the map together or whatever.
Yeah.
I always remember the movie ending with the George Harrison closing the book.
Oh.
And I'm like, I fucking know I saw this before. I find out today that it was the music video.
I got my
Yeah.
mind set.
No, the music
no,
video for
that-
Dream
I'm
Away.
joking.
For Dream Away,
I'm
yeah.
joking.
Dream Away.
I'm joking. Because he
And
also
apparently
book in that movie.
lyrics-
And the
The
song he
lyrics
wrote,
of, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, the song he wrote was about fucking Terry Gilliam. Just
Yeah, I was
giving
gonna say
shit.
he was, he was.
This is from the
swing at him.
Criterion edition that I got from Jay.
Nice.
Oh. The
Oh.
map.
It looks
He's
like we
got the
can plan
map.
a robbery.
Man, a robbery.
That's what we do, robberies.
That's what we do. Robberies.
I've been dying to
Paying
show
the
that off. I love
bills.
showing off my shit.
The
Hello.
bills.
And that's it. One last thing. When they did the trailer, they didn't want to show any of the little people in it because Under the Rainbow had come out a year before, which again nobody still heard of, but it's on Amazon, man. We gotta watch it.
What, the Carrie Fisher movie you talking
We were
about?
talking about that. Yeah, at the party.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase. It was Chevy
Right.
Chase starred with it was like 100 little people in the movie,
Yeah.
and the movie bombed. So they thought that it wasn't gonna work. So they didn't want to put any little people in the freaking trailer. And Terry Gilliam had to fight with that. I was like, no, it's about them. Stop.
That's right. Yo,
So wait a minute. That movie got 100 little people, and you're telling me they had a problem with trying to find 6 for this movie?
Good actors.
Good
Everybody
job.
else was staying. Well, basically, besides Billy Barty was in that. Remember Billy Barty from He-Man
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Goldor? Yeah, Goldor, yeah. What else was he famous for besides that? What else do we know him from? Because I always remember him not because he was a Nazi with a monocle.
Oh, what's it called? I was gonna say I remember him from he was the guy with no legs in UHF.
Us.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
ah,
UHF.
totally forgot about that one.
I put the trailer on the website on our.
Oh, did
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
and
Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's another movie I've seen like a billion times.
Yeah, exactly. Phil, man, did you have a good time?
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
man.
you.
I could just as a kid, this movie kind of spooked me a little bit as a kid. You know, because it was weird. You know,
It
seeing
definitely
shit
is.
like
It
that.
definitely is weird.
As a 7-year-old, you're like, ooh, you know.
Yeah, our father threw all types of crazy shit at us, so it was.
Yeah,
like,
I was. Yeah,
Man.
I was kind of like a latchkey kid, so I had to learn a lot on my own. So parental guidance was definitely suggested. I can tell you that. But yeah, this was one of my favorite movies. When Lou said you guys doing this, I'm like, man, I can just remember and I can remember just waiting. Remember back in the day we had cable TV, HBO, or WHT. When you waited for the next movie to come on, the credits and the music, and you just remember the music, and that's why I connected with that. So so.
That's awesome.
But thank you, I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you very much for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely. Come back.
Man.
Come back.
Please.
Hey, Chops, don't forget your line there. You know.
Hey, man, I mean, he's not done yet. Are you done yet?
Yeah, we'll
All
go
right.
for it, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the little bell icon on the noggin and let us know that you like the Boogaloo as much as we like the Boogaloo.
And Phil, don't forget to tell your friends.
Oh, please.
Tell all your friends, yo.
Tell your friends.
We have a cameo.
One last thing before we leave. Phil, do you want to promote anything?
What's that?
You want to promote anything?
Anything
Yeah,
wanna
follow,
say?
follow us. Follow the Ghetto Geek Squad on social media, or on Twitter, or on Instagram.
Everything you do, man.
Soon to
All you
be
do.
on Rant EM Radio, this audio and stuff. So working on that, which will be on Spotify, and it'll be on iHeartRadio and all the other gimmicks. And Turnbuckle Throwbacks, cheap plug, every Friday at 9 p.m. on Rant and Facebook and YouTube, and probably your sister's basement because she likes that too.
I love this guy.
Blimey.
And thank you very much. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, love you too, man. All right, guys,
All right.
have a good night, man.
Peace
Peace
out.
out, brothers.
And everybody, remember, don't be an ass, wear your mask.